I look gorgeous, the fairest in the land, the reigning queen of beauty, the woman behind the man.
Isn't she lovely? Let's give her a hand.
Not only lovely, but my voice is loud.
Yes, my lord. Glory to your God, Elohim.
Wait. The Messiah?
We believe that he was born in your kingdom only a year or two ago.
My kingdom? Yes, Judea is the birthplace of the Anointed One.
I personally was hoping for someplace a little more pleasant, like the Grecian seaside, perhaps.
You must be mistaken. Herod is our only true king.
Quiet, 10th wife.
I have a name.
Tell me more about this newborn king.
People have been studying him for the last 500 years.
Your prophet Isaiah spoke of him. We have his writings in our library.
Isaiah? Oh, he's one of our greatest prophets, my king.
Well, of course I know Isaiah, yes. We were childhood friends.
My king, you are such an eloquent entertainer. That was funny.
The prophet Isaiah lived 800 years ago, brother.
Let it be known that our king has indeed discovered the eternal fountain of youth.
Definitely not one of your sons. So, if you would have interpreted the scriptures right, which is extremely difficult, where was this king supposed to be born?
Oh, Bethlehem, my lord.
Bethlehem? A town of farmers, millers, and shepherds? Why would a king be born in such a small, insignificant town?
My thoughts exactly.
But your prophet Micah wrote, "But you, Bethlehem Ephratah, though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will come for me one who will
be the ruler over Israel. Those origins are from ancient times. And Bethlehem, it's the birthplace of our King David."
Of course, sister, that too. Bring me the high priest.
Right away, my lord. He waits just outside the palace courtyard.
Oh, yes, I would love some wine.
Thank you for your gracious hospitality, my lord, but we really should be going. We're so very close after such a long journey.
We only wanted to meet you and get your blessing to travel in your land and meet your new king.
Well, let's hear what my high priest has to say about this. And if what you say is true, then you will have my wholehearted blessing.
My king, my queen, and magi, I present to you High Priest Eliad and Priest Annas.
My lord and king, how can we be of service?
Our Persian guests have informed me that the Messiah has been born.
That's impossible.
Why do you say that?
Because we've studied the scriptures. Yes, and everything points to the fact that the king has been born in Bethlehem.
Yes, he's prophesied that it would be born in Bethlehem. But this is absurd. The Messiah has not come.
Your prophecies have led us to you at this very time.
And star. For many months, we've been studying an astronomical phenomenon. In alignment in the heavenly elements, the birth of a new star in the eastern sky. We know that the universe is declaring the birth of the king.
We've been following that star, and it's leading us to Bethlehem.
Possible. This is ridiculous. Why would God tell these pagans anything about our Messiah? Huh? There is one man who claims to have met this baby king.
Annas,
Please.
Who is he?
A madman named Simeon. My lord, you should not be taken seriously.
Bring him to me. Is he at the temple?
Oh, he actually followed us here. He awaits in your courtyard. He overheard soldiers talking of these mighty men looking for their King of Kings.
Bring him to me at once.
My lord and my king, this man is insane. No one believes him. He's a lunatic.
He sounds like he knows something you don't.
Impossible. We are chosen by Adonai himself. We've devoted our lives to the law and the prophecies.
Well, then you should know. My king, my queen, Magi, and priest.
Peace be with you.
Simeon. These men come from the land of Persia.
My eyes have seen the salvation of the Lord. Revelation for all, Jews and Gentiles alike.
You saw him. You saw the king.
I have lived a long life and have searched for him everywhere, just like you.
Simeon. We have put up with your ranting and ravings for over a year now. Please tell us who or what you believe you saw. Speak.
I have lived a long life and thought perhaps God had forgotten his promise to me.
What promise are you talking about?
God said, I would not die until I saw the coming Messiah. And when I saw him there, in the temple, in the arms of his Father, I knew he'd come. My eyes have seen your salvation, Israel's hope and consolation, a light unto the nations and the glory of your people, Israel. My eyes have seen your salvation, Israel's hope and consolation, a light unto the nations and the glory of your people, Israel. Little Prince of Peace, born to set your people free. Holy light in your eyes I see, and the glory of your people, Israel. Unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will rest on his shoulders. Call his name Wonderful, Counselor, the mighty God, forever and ever he shall reign. He shall reign. He shall
You held this king?
Just tell us all about it. What are his parents like? How can you tell that he is the king of all?
I just know he was not what I expected. His parents were humble people. His father, a carpenter from Nazareth. His mother, an innocent girl. Yet her eyes spoke a wisdom far beyond her years. And the child, I held the King of Kings in my arms. And now, I can die in peace.
Where is he now?
I do not know.
We must go now and find him.
Go, find him. Bethlehem is only a day's journey from here. Go and visit our king, and then report back and tell me everything. Wait until 2.
My king?
It has been such a blessing to meet another kindred spirit. Please accept this scroll of prophecy. It is one of the most ancient scrolls we possess.
I couldn't. You need it on your journey.
Please, we have it written in our hearts.
Thank you, kind sirs. Your words have brought hope to my feeble old heart.
We must go. Thank you again for your gracious hospitality, my lord. Your kindness will not be forgotten. And we will see you very soon with joyful news.
Oh, good King Herod. It just delights my heart to see your enthusiasm for the Messiah. I truly believe...
This is ridiculous!
Do you really believe at this point?
No one steals my kingdom.
Excuse me, sire?
No one steals my kingdom!
And no one will these are our fantasies, my king.
All of this is mine! I have built this kingdom, buildings and cities created by my hand that will stand forever. No God or Messiah will ever take that from me!
Of course, sire.
Henry!
Yes, sire.
Get me the centurion. I want him ready to march on Bethlehem when these magi return and tell us where to find this king! Takes my kingdom. It's really mine. Mine. Forever.
To us a son is given, and a government will rest on his shoulders. Call his name Wonderful Counselor, the mighty God, forever and ever he shall reign. He shall reign. He shall reign. He shall reign. He shall reign.
Thank you for joining us, King. Herod's Palace.
Right here, sorry. What's that here? Oh, okay.
No, it's a Solomon temple that they wanted to build over there.
They food there.
This is the whole Israel, the city of Israel, the whole country. And this is the replica.
This is Israel. It's a beautiful place.
And that is
how pretty this is.
Solomon Temple right here.
This is Solomon Temple.
As it may have looked in the year AD 66. Yes, that is, about 33 years after Christ, but that year is significant for two main reasons. First of all, in the year 66, the population of Jerusalem would find its peak, with estimates ranging from 40,000 to some estimates being upwards of 90,000 people living in this space that from south to north is a mile long, and from west to east is only about 2/3 of a mile wide. So the city itself is less than 1 square mile. Still, some estimates are upwards of 90,000 people living in that space at that time. Personally, I go lower, so for the sake of the tour, I'm going to put the population around 60,000. Now, the other reason why the year 66 is so significant is because in that year, the Israelites would rise up. They would revolt. They would kick their Roman overlords. Life would be astounding, and every single structure that you see here in this model, save for only 2 main structures, would be completely destroyed, just razed to the ground. And I will get to what those 2 remaining structures were towards the end of the tour. Now, the whole tour is going to take about 20 minutes. I'm going to start right here at the temple. I'm going to there. I'm going to work my way around the model.
Are you really videotaping everything?
Welcome to the Wilderness Tabernacle. Please sit as far to the right as possible to make room for any additional seating. And take this time to silence all cell phones as our show is about to begin. Pictures and video recording are permitted. However, please refrain from using flash. And now, journey with us through the Wilderness Tabernacle.
Elokeinu melech haolam Or maybe it's just the wind. Well, there he is, my son. Very soon, you will do the works that I do. But tonight, I want to make sure you're ready. That's why we're here. Now, you're going to be the head of the tribe of Levi, the priest, the Most High God. Now, you'll serve him. You'll be before him. You've got the people to him, son.
But there is still so much I don't understand. What if I don't do things as he wants? What if I don't have all the answers for the people? What if I don't hear his voice?
And don't be afraid, son. You can trust him. He'll be there for you.
I do love this place.
Yeah.
Why is it called the Tabernacle?
Okay, well, the word tabernacle means dwelling place or sanctuary.
Right.
The tabernacle was designed to be the dwelling place of the God of our father, Abraham.
But how did you know how to make it?
Well, God made sure that every detail, from the pieces of furniture and the fabric of the tent to each exact measurement, was written down by your uncle Moses. Then Moses entrusted all these details to Bezalel, our greatest craftsman, and charged him to build the house of God.
It always amazes me at how quickly we tear down this place.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the most important details God considered when he designed the tabernacle. You see, Eliezer, it needed to be portable. God knew we were going to be in this desert for a long, long time.
Why? We are so close to the promised land. Why have we been wandering around in circles for 35 years? What are we waiting for?
Well, son, you've asked that question many times. Well, tonight's the night of truth. Now, my whole generation, we've failed God terribly. And we've been sentenced to wander in the wilderness. The truth is, God is waiting for me and my generation to be gone. And you and your generation can possess the promised land.
But why would God do that? Why would he abandon you like that?
No, son, God hasn't abandoned us. He is with us. As a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night.
But all of these years, dreaming of the promised land, the land pouring with milk and honey, and you will... You will never see it.
When God delivered us from Pharaoh, he opened the Red Sea for us, so we could walk through dry land. He took care of us. He gave us everything we needed. But our hearts were not toward him. I went constantly back to idols, and I gave in to the pressure of the people. No. Well, and they are.
They are the peace offering,
right?
The meal or grain offering, the sacrifice of praise and thanksgiving, the sin offering, which forgives the worshippers' unintentional weaknesses and failures, the trespass offering. offering, which is very similar to that of the sin offering, except that this is the offering of money for sins of ignorance. And finally, the burnt offering, performed to atone for the people's sins against the Lord.
Well, that's right, son. Well done, well done.
But why does the Lord require us to make so many offerings?
Well, that's a good question. Well, we've all missed the mark, and when we all deserve his punishment. But God in his infinite grace, he's created a way for us, a plan of redemption to save us all from the consequences. But some without the sacrifice and the shedding of blood, there is no redemption for us.
The burnt offering, the sacrifice of an animal, young bulls, lambs, or rams, even birds are accepted from the poor. Now the animals are received and killed on the north side of the altar, and the blood is set aside. The animals are then placed into the fire, completely consumed by the flames. Then we take the blood into the tabernacle.
Wait. Haven't I told you well? Remember?
It's the menorah. It is exquisite. Hammered from a single piece of gold weighing 1 talent.
And each branch ends in a beautiful almond flower which opens to the sun. Now, you alone will be responsible for keeping the wick trimmed, burning the purest of olive oils.
The lampstand is the only source of light within the tabernacle.
What's next, son?
Next, we move to the table of showbread. Now, the table is made of acacia wood and covered in gold. On top are 12 identical loaves of unleavened bread.
One for each tribe of Israel. Every Sabbath, as the high priest, you'll provide hot, fresh loaves, and the other priests will eat the old loaves, which are now considered holy, because they've soaked up the presence of God for a week.
We then sprinkle pure, finely ground frankincense on top of the loaves. Now, the frankincense can be burned to provide a pleasing aroma, or ingested. It actually has quite a few health benefits.
That's right. And the showbread is symbolic of the people of Israel living before the face of our God.
Finally, we attend to the altar of incense. The altar is covered in gold, with a golden crown on top made of 4 horns, 1 at each corner. It is used to burn incense that is made from a very special recipe that cannot be used anywhere else. The incense is burned twice a day, fueled by the hot coals from the altar of sacrifice. We then sprinkle the horns of the altar with the blood from the sin offering.
And it symbolizes the prayers of love and adoration to God's people who've had their sins covered by God. Well now, son, we come to the door to the most holy place. Now, what can you tell me about that?
I can tell you quite a bit. This is a veil separated from the Holy of Holies. It is made of a fine linen embroidered with candelabra, just like the walls of the tabernacle are. Except that this veil is actually more of a tapestry. It is very special. It is not to be touched except by the high priest, and only on one day of the year, when we are allowed to enter the Holy of Holies on Yom Kippur.
Well, that's right, son. Yom Kippur, the day of atonement. Come, son. Lord make his face to shine upon you, and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, and give you his peace. Amen. Well, let the words of Joshua and Caleb be your song. Still remember that day as if it were yesterday. Joshua and Caleb standing on the top of the hill, proclaiming the truth. How I wish you would have listened. Now some, you're young, thank God, and you got an opportunity. Now, help your generation understand who God is, and that if he is with us, and with you, my son, then nothing is impossible. Let's go home.
Thank you for joining us in
I know we're gonna get there later. If God is
Space over there.
I hate stand up over there, but you weren't demanding enough. Where's that at? Where is this nigga?